Problem solving 19A. A pet store has 96 fish to put into 6 aquariums. Tori will put an equal number of fish in each aquarium. How many fish will she put in each aquarium? So I have some keywords here. I know she has an equal number. She's going to put 6 aquariums with 96 fish total. So I will be using the get. I know my total is 96. My each is what I'm looking for. And my groups is my 6 aquariums. So based on this is going to be a division problem. So I will be taking 96 and dividing it into 6 groups to get how many fish will go inside each tank. Now based here, since they already give you your answer choices, you can do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So you could take each one of these and times it by 6 to see if you get the answer 96. So that's one way to do this. I'm going to go ahead and show you a division strategy that I mentioned before that can help you. So I am going to use division by chunking. And here's my problem, 96 divided by 6. Over here I have what I call my magic numbers. Now my magic numbers are 10, 5, 2, and 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each of these by 6 because that's the number I am dividing by. I'm going to find the product for each, and you're going to see that these are simple multiplication problems. So 10 times 6 is 60, 5 times 6 is 30, 2 times 6 is 12, and 1 times 6 is 6. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look to see which one of these numbers can fit inside 96 without going over. So the only one that can work right now that's large enough is 60. So I'm going to subtract 60 and over, I'm going to make a column. I'm going to put the product minus 60, and then I'm going to put what did I multiply it by. I'm going to subtract. 96 from 60 is 36. Now I can't use another 60 because it's too big, so I'm not going to use that one. I can use my 30 though. So now I'm going to subtract 30, put the number that I use to get to 30, subtract, and I get 6. Now the only number I can use now is 6. How did I get to 6? I multiplied it by 1. Subtract, I get 0. So now what you do is you come over here. You're going to add all these together. 10 plus 5 plus 1 equals 16. So 96 divided by 6 equals 16. So that's one way to solve a division problem. So if I come back to my answer, I see that B is 16. Now remember I told you that you could also just take this and multiply it by 6. So let's check our work. 6 times 6 is 36, carry the 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 more is 96, which is the total amount of fish. So B is the correct answer. So for your concept today, you're going to continue working with fractions. So on Compare Fractions 1, you're going to be looking at these 8 fractions. They give you different examples, models, strategies to use. You are going to need to write your answer on the line, put the greater than or less than symbol inside the circle, and then also shade or draw your fractions on the number line or in the fraction models. So you have 2 different types of fractions. you have fractions that have different denominators and fractions that have the same denominator. So when you have fractions where the denominators are the same, all you're going to do is you're going to compare the numerators. So you just want to ask yourself, which is larger? If you have a fraction where it has different denominators, but the same numerators, you want to ask the question, who would you rather share with? You want to share with fewer people because then you will have larger sizes for yourself because you won't have to cut them into as many pieces. So when you look at question 2 right here, you see that you have 1/2 and 1/6. Denominators are different, but the numerators are both 1. So just ask the question, who would you rather share with? 2 people or 6 people? Remember, you always want to share with the one that has fewer people. These are the notes from last week. And again, it just kind of states the same thing. If you look at the fraction 1/2 and 1/4, you want to ask yourself, the smaller the denominator, the bigger the part. The numerators, you notice, are both 1. So you always want to share with less people because then your pieces will be larger. So on the next part it says, I would rather share, or I would rather eat 1/2 of a candy bar than 1/4 of the bar. Because 1/4 is a lot less than 1/2. On the bottom part, it says if the denominators are the same, so if the number on the bottom is the same, you just look at the numerators. The bigger the numerator, the bigger the number in the numerator, the bigger the fraction. So on this one, you have 3/4 and you have 2/4. So which number is larger, 3 or 2? 3 obviously is larger, so you would put the greater than symbol.